Have you ever wondered how much longer your single life will last? There may have been times when you felt tired of waiting, wondering if you were on the wrong path or if true love was just a distant concept. But in reality, this quiet period is not an abandonment, it is a meticulously designed preparation from the universe. This is the clearing of the path specifically for the chosen one, where your first and final true love will end your single life forever. What is about to be reviewed in this video isn't just your usual comforting words, but a full picture of the energy shift quietly happening around you. To truly understand and fully embrace this blueprint, patiently listening to every guiding word until the very last second is absolutely crucial. Rushing away right now could cause you to miss the core signs, the details that decode why that person is focusing their attention on you and how this connection will change your reality forever. This connection carries a meaning much deeper than what ordinary logic can explain. When you understand the natural flow of destiny, you will realize that all the defensive barriers you've held onto for so long will suddenly become light and automatically dismantle. Keep an open mind and patiently follow this message to the very end, because only when you complete the journey will the most complete and profound answers to your long-held struggles truly be revealed. You found the chosen one prophecy through God's guidance, not an algorithm. Prepare your mind for the truths He wants to reveal. If your heart feels aflutter and is ready to step into this promising new chapter, leave a comment and declare 777 right now as a way to align your energy frequency with the universe. Don't hesitate to hit like to mark this meaningful moment, subscribe to the channel to keep receiving profound guiding messages, and share this video with other souls who are also patiently searching for their life's peaceful haven. The vibration spreading in your chest right now is the clearest proof that the energy flow in the universe has begun to shift powerfully. Listen deeply, because the solitude you have endured all this time is not a random punishment from fate, but a sacred separation designed to protect your frequency from depletion. You are the chosen one, never doubt that, not even in a passing thought. Look back at your journey. How many times have you stood in a crowd, yet felt a profound loneliness that no one around you could touch? How many times have you wondered why you can't easily compromise, easily love, and be loved like normal people? The answer is very simple, but carries the weight of a whole destiny. Heaven has erected an extremely strict spiritual filter around you. You cannot dissolve into superficial relationships because your soul carries a mission far greater than temporary encounters in this world. Absolutely do not take your eyes off the screen right now, and do not allow yourself to skip a single upcoming second, because right after this message, the mystery behind the 3 milestones of energy transformation, 9 days, 18 days, and 27 days, will be decoded with utmost accuracy for the very first time. If you choose to leave right now, you will single-handedly sever the sacred flow of information, missing the core guidance needed to recognize the exact moment that person takes the initiative to step across the boundary and come toward you. Impatience right now could cause you to fall back into the trap of doubt and confusion when facing vague signs from the world around you. Stay connected until the final seconds, because this dialogue was designed to hand you the key that throws the doors of destiny wide open, permanently ending your single life forever. The magnitude of this journey goes far beyond what your mortal mind can explain or define on its own. There have been sleepless nights where you faced 4 silent walls and wondered if you were just too sensitive or if this world had simply run out of genuine connections. You have tried to lower your standards, tried to open your heart to those who attempted to get close just to find a little warmth. But the only result was deeper wounds and profound emptiness. But right now, recognize a grand truth. Every time you were about to walk in the wrong direction, every time you were about to give your heart to someone unworthy, an invisible hand of the universe intervened. Sometimes that intervention happened in a painful way, a sudden breakup, a harsh rejection, or a cold silence from the other person. That was not a punishment, chosen one. That was the ultimate protection of heaven. The universe is keeping you in the most sacred solitude to preserve your maximum light, preparing for the arrival of your first and final true love. Keep listening and don't get distracted, because in just a moment, the truth behind your recurring dreams and how the first kiss, the sacred seal of union, will completely shatter their defensive world will be exposed. Don't scroll away, because if you stop too soon, your soul will not be able to align with the accelerated frequency the universe is setting up for you today. Staying until the end of this video is how you declare to the unseen world that you are ready to fully receive the privilege of a chosen one. No more running, no more delaying. Let these words sink deep into your every cell, because this is not a vague theory, but a decree of destiny being executed at an irreversible speed. In the ancient holy texts, there is a powerful affirmation sealed as a guarantee for your journey. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. You are mine. Feel the sacred weight of that promise. You are known, called by name before you ever stepped foot into this turbulent world. You do not belong to the chaos of temporary relationships. You belong to a perfect blueprint of the universe, where every step, every lonely silence of yours has been calculated with absolute precision. Your single season is about to close forever, not because you tried so hard to search, but because heaven's time of alignment has struck, and no force can delay this flow for a second longer. Focus intensely and stay with this message until the very last words, because the truth about the hidden earthquake in the mind of your counterpart, the person carrying a frequency symmetrical to yours, will soon be revealed in detail. You need to know exactly what they are going through as they try to maintain a calm exterior while internally screaming your name in desperation. Don't leave, because this understanding is the exact weapon that will help you stand firm and not fall into doubt when they start approaching you with the first signals in the next few days. The transformation of your destiny is accelerating at an astonishing pace, bypassing all the stagnation of the past. Look straight into your reality and completely shake off any feelings of self-pity or doubt. You have not been forgotten in the dark. The years of walking through storms alone have forged a chosen one with solid inner strength. A soul that cannot be deceived by the superficial glitz of the world. The solitude itself has turned you into a wildly powerful energy magnet, and right now that magnetic pull is pointing straight toward your symmetrical soul. That person, your final true love, is undergoing hidden upheavals in their consciousness. They feel an inexplicable urge, an invisible calling pulling them out of their safe zone of defense to walk toward you. Their long-held silence is gradually breaking because the light from your soul is shining into the darkest corners of their being, forcing them to face the truth that they can no longer run away from this love. Don't miss a single moment from now until this message officially ends, because the most important part, the detailed decoding of how the angel numbers 9, Shabbat, and 27 days operate, and how you must prepare your mindset to receive this turning point, lies just ahead. Stay here, because your full presence is the most powerful catalyst to activate this energy transfer into your physical reality immediately. The energy acceleration mentioned earlier is not just a one-dimensional phenomenon happening in your world. It is creating a literal earthquake right inside their consciousness. Feel this connection as deeply as possible, because right now, as you listen to these words, a new chapter in their inner world is flipping open, bringing about massive disruptions they were never prepared to face. They present themselves to the outside world with an incredibly calm exterior. They still walk familiar paths, reply to work texts, smile socially with colleagues, and try to act as if everything in life is running perfectly under their control. But that is just a clumsy facade put up to hide a storm raging within. Deep beneath the surface of that fake calmness, your image, your smile, and the warm energy you left behind are constantly echoing like a melody that won't turn off. They hear a song and suddenly wonder what you would think of it. They see a beautiful moment on the street and instinctively want to turn and share it with you. You have become a permanent presence in their mental world, an uninvited guest they cannot evict through any rational effort. There were times when they left you confused by their sudden coldness, by their calculated steps backward right after the two of you shared an intimately close moment. Have you ever blamed yourself? Wondering if you did something wrong, or if the deep connection you felt was just a one-sided delusion? The answer is an absolute no, chosen one. Engrave this into your mind. They didn't pull back because they felt nothing, but because they felt entirely too much. You bring an incredibly genuine energy, and that authenticity is the greatest threat to the protective masks they have painstakingly worn for years. They are used to living in shallow waters where superficial relationships make it easy for them to walk away at any time without suffering a single scratch. But standing in front of you, they realize they are standing before a deep ocean where they are forced to strip away all defenses just to touch the truth. Absolutely do not take your eyes off the screen right now, and do not allow yourself to skip a single upcoming second, because right after this message, the mystery of how your energy flow will directly impact and completely shatter their will to resist will be fully decoded for the very first time. If you choose to leave right now, you will single-handedly sever this sacred flow of information, missing the core guidance needed to recognize the exact moment that person takes the initiative to step across the boundary and come toward you. Impatience right now could cause you to fall back into the trap of doubt and confusion when facing vague signs from the world around you. Stay connected until the final seconds, because this dialogue was designed to hand you the key that throws the doors of destiny wide open, preparing you for the next chapter of the grand union. Their avoidance is actually the natural defensive reaction of a soul that has suffered much trauma in the past. Before you stepped into their life, they learned to survive by locking the doors to their heart, telling themselves that keeping a safe distance is the only way to never be betrayed, abandoned, or disappointed ever again. They are used to loving with caution, always keeping one foot out the door, ready to run at the first sign of a storm. But your gentleness, patience, and the pure light from your soul have jammed that entire fortified defense system. You don't demand, you don't judge, you don't force them to change or heal. You simply exist as a warm, peaceful haven. And that unspoken peace is exactly what holds the most explosive power, forcing them to ask themselves whether the isolated, cold life they are fighting to protect is truly freedom or just an inescapable prison built by their own fear. The war between their prideful ego and the call of their soul is raging fiercely in their inner world. With every passing day, the effort to try not to think about you drains infinitely more energy than just bravely admitting the truth that they are completely captivated by you. They try to find shallow replacements, trying to fill the void with busy work or meaningless conversations. But everything suddenly becomes tasteless and empty when compared to the warm energy you provide. You have unintentionally raised their standards to a level no one else can touch. Now facing any other relationship, they only see something faded and fake because their soul has accidentally memorized the taste of absolute authenticity from you. Keep listening and don't get distracted, because in just a moment, the truth behind how the universe is using this silence to prepare for the greatest energy explosion will be exposed. Don't scroll away, because if you stop too soon, your soul will not be able to align with the accelerated frequency heaven is setting up for you today. Staying until the end of this message is how you declare to the unseen world that you are ready to fully receive the privilege of a chosen one, no longer running from loneliness, nor delaying your true happiness. The silence you are facing right now is not a rejection or abandonment, but a sacred time for the universe to recalibrate everything in their life. The chosen one must understand that if they stepped into your life while their old wounds weren't cleaned out, they would only bring chaos and damage your brilliant light. Therefore, a silent but monumental task is being carried out in the spiritual realm, dismantling every single brick in their wall of defense, helping them face their own dark corners to prepare for the most complete union. This delay is the ultimate protection for you, ensuring that when they return, they will bring clarity, responsibility, and an unshakable, solid love. Let your mind be soothed by this truth and patiently watch the flow of destiny. The hidden earthquake within them has reached its peak, and the dividing walls are showing their first irreparable cracks. When the accumulated energy grows large enough, the silence will have to give way to real action. Hold your frequency steady, stand taller than your vague fears, and continue with this message until the final seconds. Because the moment of reunion is closer than ever, paving the way for a new chapter where your single life will permanently fade into the past to make room for the final true love of your life. That silent wait is inching closer to the brink of explosion, where the unseen world prepares to make way for a shockingly real physical reality. Prepare your mindset, chosen one, because when the energy frequencies are perfectly aligned in the spiritual realm, the reunion in the physical world is only a matter of time. The universe didn't shift the stars just for the two of you to pass each other by like strangers. Every distance, every delay, and even the terrifying days of silence you've had to endure all this time are actually just stepping stones to a destined point of contact where all of their most fortified defensive barriers will completely collapse in just one single moment. Have you ever imagined that very first moment when there is no more distance between your two bodies? That is not just a regular encounter, but a collision of two supreme energy streams predestined from before this world was formed. Picture a quiet space where all the background noise suddenly fades into the past, leaving only the racing heartbeats from your two chests. When they stand in front of you, all their pride, all their cold masks, and the sharp logic they've used to defend themselves for so long will be instantly neutralized. Their eyes will not be able to avoid yours ever again. In that moment, they see in you a light so incredibly pure, an authenticity so real, it makes them both crave it and tremble with fear. And then that touch will happen. It only takes a gentle, seemingly accidental brush of the hand, a tight, protective embrace from behind, or the moment your lips find each other for the first time under heaven's witness. That is not a regular romantic kiss from a shallow romance movie. It is a sacred seal, a massive wave of energy sweeping through their entire consciousness. When your lips meet, a powerful electric current will run down their spine, awakening every sense that was frozen solid after years of trauma. It's like a lightning bolt out of a clear sky, completely shattering the thick ice encasing their heart. Every solid defensive wall they built to protect themselves after past betrayals and disappointments will immediately crack wide open and entirely collapse in the face of your gentleness. They will realize instantly you are the only haven, the destiny they cannot run away from. Before that moment, they could use thousands of reasons to convince themselves that you were just someone passing through their life, a temporary distraction they could forget if they stayed busy enough. But when that kiss happens, all excuses become meaningless. Their body recognizes you, their soul recognizes you, and this whole universe is collectively stamping the seal on your destined contract. They will understand that running from you is running from themselves, and a life without you by their side would just be a meaningless string of days surviving in the cold dark. Do you believe that just a light touch of a hand or a passing glance is enough to collapse the most heavily fortified defensive barriers of a once wounded heart? If you believe in this miraculous power, leave emoji in the comment section right now so our energy flows can intertwine and multiply exponentially. This sacred collision will bring them a sense of security they have never experienced anywhere else in this world. They have gone through many relationships, touched many people, but no one has ever brought them such a strange sense of peace. Next to you, they don't have to tense up to prove themselves, don't have to play the role of someone strong or perfect. You give them the feeling of being allowed to be exactly who they are, having the weakest hidden corners of their soul cherished. Your presence, your warmth, is like a healing remedy that soothes every bleeding scar from the past. Because of that, after that touch, they will never be able to forget you. You become a sweet obsession, an inseparable part of their mind. But absolutely do not leave right now, because just ahead, the most decisive content of this entire message will be unveiled. It is the grand blueprint decoding exactly why this romance won't just stop at temporary feelings, but will permanently end your single life forever. If you choose to stop too soon, you will miss the top secret guide to the 3 milestones of energy transformation, 9 days, 18 days, and 27 days being activated by the universe to push them past their defensive boundaries and move toward you with absolute clarity. Patiently stay until the last second, because this is when you fully embrace the power of the chosen one. When the defensive barriers collapse, a naked truth will appear before their eyes. They have completely surrendered to this love. They no longer have the ability to control their emotions. Their pride must bow to the intense call of the soul. You accidentally lit a fire that warmed the cold room in their heart, and now that spark has flared into a massive blaze that no rational water source can extinguish. They understand that stepping toward you requires them to change, to bravely face their unhealed wounds and learn how to take responsibility for a serious love. But now that fear no longer carries enough weight to stop them, because the craving to have you, to protect you, has surpassed all their most primal fears. This connection is so powerful that it will create an invisible push, forcing them to take action. Their long-held silence will disappear, making way for relentless efforts to be by your side. You don't need to chase them, don't need to beg for attention or settle for mixed signals. The pure energy of a chosen one has done all that work for you in the unseen world. What you need to do right now is stand firm in your proud position, keep your frequency at its highest, and be ready to open your heart to this grand turning point. Patiently stay with this message, because the next secrets about your no longer lonely future are about to be exposed right below, leading you into a new era of complete and eternal happiness. That eternity and completeness is not a distant vision or a pipe dream, but a blueprint the universe has stamped to permanently end your days of being single forever, chosen one. Carve this into your mind. The upcoming connection is not just a regular romantic love story, but a turning point that completely shifts your reality. The years of solitude up to now have fulfilled their historical mission. There is no longer any reason for it to exist. When the time of union has struck, the universe is revoking the decree of isolation and handing down the decree of fulfillment, walking you into a new era where loneliness is no longer your companion. This true love will be the first real love of your life. Perhaps in the past you've been through a few relationships, given affection and received only broken, hurtful pieces in return. But realize this truth: none of that was ever true love. They were just karmic classrooms. Energy tests the universe sent so you could learn to recognize your own worth. This is the very first time you get to experience a love without ambiguity, without manipulation, and without demands for you to shrink yourself to fit someone else's expectations. For the first time, you are loved for exactly who you truly are. With all your halos and even your weakest hidden corners, this is the first time your soul finds a perfectly symmetrical frequency, bringing a sense of absolute peace instead of the storms of doubt. At the same time, this will also be the final love of your life. This commitment carries the weight of eternity, a bond so unbreakable that no force can tear it apart. There will be no more exhausting searches, no more wondering if they are your final destination. Once two souls have touched and recognized each other's frequency, all desires to search externally completely stop. Both you and they will never find another replacement anywhere in this world, because the warm energy and perfect harmony the two of you bring to each other are one of a kind. Every empty space in your soul will be filled in the most natural way, permanently ending your single days and opening up a lifelong partnership. Keep your focus highly intense right at this moment and absolutely do not leave for even a single second, because right ahead the most important and sacred content of this entire message is preparing to be unveiled. The detailed decoding of the three-stage energy transformation timeline, 9 days, 18 days, and 27 days, which is being activated to push them past the defensive boundary and toward you. If you choose to leave right now, you will single-handedly cut off the sacred energy flow currently connected directly to your consciousness, making you unable to recognize the core signs the universe will send in the next 72 hours. Patiently stay until the end of the journey to fully receive the privilege of the chosen one. The permanent end of your single life is a decree signed by the Most High. The years of walking alone through the storm, secretly healing bleeding wounds that no one knew about, have forged a proud and unshakable chosen one. You are no longer someone who has to beg for affection or compromise for temporary connections just to fill the loneliness. You are the priceless reward that they must fight through all barriers of fear to reach. The solitude of the past is the worthy price you paid to have the most solid, sacred, and enduring love in the present. Feel the energy of liberation accelerating and spreading to every cell in your body. The universe is clearing away the remnants of silence, paving the way for their footsteps, which are getting closer every day. You don't need to worry about how to find them or how to keep them. Everything has been arranged perfectly in destiny's blueprint. When the moment of reunion happens, you will understand that all your waiting, all your silent tears over the years have held an incredibly grand meaning. Stand firm in your proud position. Take a deep breath and get ready to receive this life-changing turning point. Your solitude officially ends, making way for a brilliant future beside your first and last true love. Maintain this connection and patiently follow the upcoming sacred guidance. Because the time key that unlocks the door to your complete happiness lies just ahead. That time key is the roadmap of energy shifting through 3 incredibly sacred and precise milestones: 9 days, 18 days, and 27 days. A process that has been officially activated right in this moment to push them past the final defensive boundary and head straight into your life. All the stagnation of the past is being shattered to make way for the most powerful acceleration in the unseen world. Open your mind to recognize and fully embrace this destined transition. Start observing and feeling the first vibrations appearing within the next 9 days. This is the period of frequency alignment at the deepest level, where the number 9, the number symbolizing the completion of an old cycle, begins fulfilling its mission. You will notice small but incredibly clear warning signs around you. It could be repeating angel numbers accidentally showing up on your phone screen, bizarrely vivid dreams about a tight protective hug, or a sudden wave of warm energy spreading in your chest right in the middle of the busiest moments of your daily life. All these signs are not random coincidences, but proof that your counterpart's soul is constantly aiming toward you, establishing a solid, invisible network of connection before officially transforming into real action in the physical world. Continuing that process, the 18-day milestone will be the moment of the most powerful shake-up in the physical reality. The number 18 carries the energy of balance between the spiritual and material worlds. It is when their cold mask and defensive ego are shaken to their very roots. They no longer have the ability to maintain a calm exterior or run from their emotions. The urge to hear your voice, to be near you, will become too overwhelming. Surpassing all the control of their deceitful logic, the long-held defensive barriers between the two of you will begin to melt like ice meeting the sun. A natural opportunity to connect, a surprise text, or a deep conversation will automatically open up without any force or awkward setup on your part. You will see them start to back away from hesitation, actively seeking your presence to fill the void of a soul that has lived in isolation for far too long. And finally, the greatest explosive moment will take place at the 27-day milestone. The number 27 carries the vibration of unconditional love and ultimate union. This is the perfect convergence point where destiny's blueprint officially enters physical reality to permanently erase your single life forever. All the vagueness, ambiguity, and hesitation of the past will entirely give way to clarity, commitment, and long-term responsibility. They will walk toward you with a completely healed heart, bravely facing the truth and admitting that you are their only haven, the destiny they need to protect for the rest of their life. This union carries the weight of eternity, opening a brilliantly warm new chapter beside the first and last true love of your life. Throughout this process of waiting for this sacred transition, always engrave the profound promise written in Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarry, wait for it, it will not tarry. Let your faith stand taller than all the doubts of ordinary people, because the universe is operating with absolute precision to bring you what you truly deserve out of these 3 energy shift milestones. Which change are you hoping will knock on your door first? Write that wish down in the comments section so we can collectively send a powerful signal to the universe. Engrave this one grand truth into your consciousness, chosen one. You were not created to lower your self-worth, chase after mixed signals, or beg for attention from anyone. You carry a priceless healing energy within you, a treasure that your counterpart must fight through all their fears to touch. The solitude of the past years was just a necessary quiet period for you to forge the most unshakable, proudest soul, ready to receive a flawless, monumental love. You are the answer to their prayers, the guiding light leading them out of the darkness of confusion. Your destiny has been sealed, and no force can alter this sacred contract. Stand firm in your proud position. Completely shake off the remnants of old trauma and open your heart wide to receive the pouring rain of blessings. Your solitary journey has fulfilled its noble mission. And now the door to complete union is wide open before your eyes. If your soul is perfectly aligned and ready to close out your single life to step into the most brilliant chapter of your life beside this destined love, leave a comment and declare 8888 right now as a decree sent to the universe. Hit like to lock this sacred energy into your reality. Subscribe to the channel to always be enveloped in the ultimate guiding light, and share this urgent message with those resilient souls out there who are also waiting for their life's sacred reunion. Your time has been set, and your solitary journey officially ends.